Our first guest tonight is one of the few movie and TV stars who have co-starred with Wolverine, Sonic the Hedgehog, and the Easter Bunny 2. He plays a freewheeling U.S. president in the series Paradise. It premieres Tuesday on Hulu. Please welcome James Marsden.
Very nice of you. Very nice of you.
Mr. President, welcome. Is it, it must be kind of cool.
Cue the laugh track?
To be a TV president, right? I mean...
Yeah.
Well, I guess,
no pressure there.
I guess there's no difference now between a TV president and the president, is there?
No.
No.
No. The answer is no. I'm good.
Do you remember where we met?
We met on a plane to Vegas, I
right.
believe.
That's right. Maybe back from Vegas, or was it to Vegas?
I think we were going to. Yeah, but
a charity event.
We wouldn't have remembered if we were coming back from it.
Yeah. No. I remember we had a very nice conversation.
Yeah, we were going for a charity event. Had a nice conversation. I think I plopped myself right in front of your chair. I was like, I'm going to make this guy like me.
I think you were in my lap.
Yeah.
As
I feel like we need to be friends. He needs to know that I'm worthy.
Did you have that feeling?
Yeah, I felt
like you didn't give me your phone number or anything like that. If you're going to have a friend...
It's all Instagram now.
Listen, I don't mean to tell you how to live your life, but if you're going to make a friend, you should in some way contact that friend after. Did you just assume I would find you?
Well, you ran away from me when we landed.
Oh, I did?
So that was tricky.
Okay.
I wanted to give you my phone.
I was probably running for... There were probably some screaming teenage girls I had to
I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. But good to see you again.
You know, I was your father in Boss Baby. Are you aware of that?
Yes, you were.
That's right.
You were. That's right.
You've always been like a son to me.
But I was so young, I don't remember much of it.
I grew up in Las Vegas. I probably mentioned that when we were there. You grew up in...
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. How about that?
Different than Vegas.
Very different. Everything's very different than Vegas.
Yeah, it was
and
good.
Also, like in Oklahoma, well, here we have, we got the fires, obviously, we have the earthquakes. You have something my son talks about a lot. Tornadoes are on his mind often.
Yeah, did he just see Twister?
No, he didn't see Twister.
Oh, okay.
He's only 7 years old, but he thinks about tornadoes a lot, and he draws them, and he's kind of obsessed with them.
Well, they're fascinating, right?
They are.
They come out of nowhere and take up houses, and really scary. I mean, we got used to it growing up.
So you've been in...
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Oh, yeah,
I wasn't one of the chasers to go after them, but I've been driving with a few in my rearview mirror, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that feel like? I mean, do you step on it, or do you...
You step on it, then you kind of let it get a little close, and then you step on it, and you get a little close, and you step on it. No, don't listen to what I'm saying. I was actually doing a TV movie there at the time. This was like 1964, I think. It was the Ambush in Waco, Texas movie of the week with Tim Daly.
I remember that.
You?
He played David Koresh.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I was one of the ATF agents. I think I had 2 lines or something.
Wow.
And when we wrapped, I drove from... I was shooting in Tulsa, and I drove back to my home in Oklahoma City, and there were 2 tornadoes in my rearview mirror as I was leaving,
And then they just...
That's how we do rap parties
wander off on their own or whatever? Yeah, because you can't really... I mean, I guess you could drive away from them, but also you don't know where they're going.
Don't know where they're going, no.
And they don't stick to the road. They'll go anywhere.
No, there's no rhyme or reason. They don't have a plan.
So when you were a kid, did they teach you, like, how to avoid them?
Well, I just remember my mother picking up me and my 2 brothers and putting us in the bathtub with no water. I'm like, why are we... It's just these sort of strange areas of the house that I guess give you an illusion of safety. Yeah,
forgive me if I'm ignorant. I've never lived anywhere where there are tornadoes. Why would you get in the bathtub with no water?
Well, I mean, yeah, right, because it'd be heavier, you think, right, for the tornado to take it away.
So you're not supposed to? Your mom just thought, oh, this is a good idea?
I think I don't know why it was. I'm now thinking, like, why did she put me in there? I think it was the area of the house or something. I don't know.
I see,
It was just strange. I didn't even get the bath.
I was wondering because at the end of the Wolverine and Deadpool movie, they had the old clips of the X-Men. You played Cyclops, and then everybody got very excited about what that meant and what kind of clues we were being given there. What did that mean, and what kind of clues were we being given there? Do you know?
I don't know. I think I was in the same boat. I don't know what kind of... I was looking for clues myself. I don't know. I actually didn't know I was going to be in the
Is that true?
Yeah, it's very true.
Don't they have to
I've
ask
learned to
you?
speak with truth about everything about this universe.
Interesting.
Because otherwise people go nuts sort of
So nobody
speculating.
called you and said, hey, we're going to put clips of you in the movie?
No, I heard about it. I heard that it was going to happen, but it wasn't like, hey, if you don't mind. Maybe I did sign something along the way that it was okay,
Okay.
to use the video. But it excited me. I mean, it was always, I look back on that with
That has to mean
great
something.
honor.
There's no way they just put that in there and they're like, yeah, forget it. You know what I mean? I mean, do you...
Sounds like you're going on a little fishing expedition.
Well, yeah. But if you haven't been informed of anything, let's fish together, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. Why don't we?
Let's think this through.
There has to be a purpose.
They think everything through. There are never weird loose ends in these Marvel movies.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just put that clip in there and then never not call you. So what I'm saying is you got to be ready. Do you still have the goggles? Or the visor, whatever they call it?
They may have some dust on them, but yeah, they're in storage somewhere.
Oh, you don't have them like mounted in your home?
No.
Oh, wow.
No.
Interesting.
That would be too hopeful. Feeling.
Who are I know I get into this comic book stuff. I love the X-Men and all that stuff when I was a kid reading comic books. Who are the weirder, who has the weirder fan base? The Sonic the Hedgehog people? Or the comics, the X-Men comics people?
I mean, both are very passionate fans. But you mean strange encounters with the fans?
Yes.
I did this. Neither one of them for me. I did this movie called Hairspray, and it was
Really? That's the one?
Yeah. And I don't even know if I should tell this story, but I was at a Hollywood event. I brought my son with me, and I ran into a friend of mine and his, at the time, fiancée. I knew him pretty well, and I didn't know her that well. And she had a couple of drinks, and she turned to me. He was standing over here, but not really listening. She turned to me, and she goes, I have a confession. And I said, uh-oh, can my son hear this? He's 18, but whatever. She goes, the first time I ever masturbated was to you as Corny Collins on Hairspray. Which to me, I just was like, I thought that was a really innocent, sort of sweet thing to say, because I don't really think of that character or even that movie as being something that would elicit that sort of behavior.
Yeah.
But she did.
Oh, wow.
And his head snapped on a swivel and turned. I said, what is my girlfriend saying? And she goes, oh, I told him the Hairspray story.
Did you still get invited to the wedding?
I did, actually. They're still close friends. They're married.
At any point when they were up on the altar or whatever, did you notice her looking over at you? Oh, Corny.
She was doing something
I'm so
else.
horny. No?
Good one. No, she wasn't looking over
Wait,
me.
how old? Your son was 18 when he... That's still too young. There's no age at which you want to hear that about your dad.
No.
This is just a bad decision on this woman's part. How did your son react to that?
With giggles. I mean, he just laughed it off. And
Well, James
said, someday
Marsden.
I can hopefully be like my father.
James Marsden is here. He is the new president of these United States on the show Paradise. We'll see a clip of that right after this. We'll be right back.
I imagine that's the first time in history that a sitting first lady voted against her own husband.
Yeah.
Not the biggest fan of mine of late, my wife. You don't approve?
Those things will kill you.
Yeah, well, I can get in line.
We are back with James Marsden. That is Paradise of New Show. It's Sterling K. Brown, and I like to see a president smoking. I miss a president who smokes, honestly.
Time to mix it up, right?
Did you base it on Obama, the smoking, or?
Did he smoke?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Really?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
No, it was.
Don't tell Michelle.
Don't
but
tell
he
Michelle.
does, yeah.
I like that. Don't tell Michelle.
Yeah.
No, it was always written in the script. Dan Fogelman, I think you know pretty well.
Dan Fogelman is your executive producer.
Yeah.
He's a very talented, great guy who's become very, very successul. He was a PA for me on a show that I worked on, and I still think of him in that way.
That's good. That's good. It's good. He's getting a little too big for his britches. But he stopped me at the Emmys a year or two ago. And he said, I know we're not supposed to talk about this kind of stuff, business stuff, but I got a great role for you in this show with Sterling. You play the president. I was like, wait. And he said, but it's an unconventional approach to the president. He's a very flawed, broken man. He likes to have fun. He's in a position he doesn't really want to be in. So, yeah, it allowed me to have some fun with
What can you
the
tell
role of
us
the president.
as far as the plot goes? Because I don't want to ruin anything, and it's tricky because there is something there that is an undercurrent happening on the show?
Yes. There's a lot of twists and turns and shrouded in mystery. Yeah, so it's this community that's populated by some of the world's most prominent individuals. There's a murder that takes place. It's me.
Yeah, you get murdered.
Yeah, I get killed.
Yeah.
Spoiler. And Sterling is my main detail, my Secret Service man, and he becomes a suspect as well. But that just becomes the tip of the iceberg into this world that starts to unfold into something.
When Dan approached you at the Emmys and told you he had a role for you, did he mention that he would be killing you almost immediately?
Well, he wouldn't have snared me with that one. That's pretty much all I did on Westworld. So.
You've played a dead guy a whole bunch of times.
Yeah. People like me dead.
Westworld, you mentioned. In The Line of Duty, the one with you were
right.
shot there.
Yes, I was shot.
In Two Guns, in The Best of Me, in Tour de Pharmacy, and in Dead to Me. You were dead in all of those.
Dead.
What does he think that is?
I died. It's what I do. The butler, Kennedy.
You might be the most dead actor of all. I mean, that's a lot of times to be dead in a thing.
It is the best.
What is the key to playing dead?
Shall I do it for you right here?
If you want,
Holding your breath.
Holding your breath.
Yeah, you got to hold your breath for a long period of time. Yeah, and I was a Navy SEAL once. So I
You learned that skill?
learned the skill. But yes, you just got to lay there. But it's nice. When you know the days you have to be dead, you just get to lay there. And everyone else is faffing about and running around trying to, learn their lines, and I'm just...
Is it poor form to fall asleep when you're laying there playing dead? Because I would go right out. No?
No, well, you do start breathing, though.
Okay, yeah. So
when you are asleep. But,
no snoring is allowed?
No snoring.
You can't just pull
so,
that out.
If you love a good dead guy, go check out the show.
You're the guy, yeah. All right. Your president character also loves 80s music, which is something. I think we talked about Huey Lewis on that plane.
We did. We spoke a lot about Huey.
Yeah.
You had a lot to say.
Is there any Huey Lewis in the show? Because I think there should be.
Not that. Yeah, there should have been.
Yeah, there should. Well,
there should have been. Yeah, next season. I think we should get some of that in there. Interesting man. I remember that converation. About
Do you have? Are you like you're into that? The music that your character likes? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's my. I mean, I guess those were my teenage years. So yeah.
Right. We have Simple Minds here next week.
Can I come back?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
I would love to see that.
You know, it'd be cool.
Okay.
And I'll run it by the guys, but it'd be cool to have you dead up on the stage with Simple Minds, you know?
You're fulfilling all of my dreams.
Paradise premieres next Tuesday on Hulu, and there will be a special airing next Wednesday night right here on ABC. James Marsden, everybody. Thank you. We'll be back with Fortune Feimster.